that song because we are in the office of the new town manager, Mr. Tony Marino. So let's bring it up for Tony. All right, that's enough. Welcome.
Thank you.
COA today, living smart, living well. So.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. You got this town like a well-oiled machine now that you've been here for a bit?
I don't know about a well-oiled machine, but we certainly got a lot of work in front of us, and we're working towards, you know, I wouldn't say fixing things, but certainly streamlining things and making them run more efficiently. So
where were you before?
I was on the South Shore.
South Shore?
Actually, I was in Hanover for 10 years.
So up here we say that, how's the Cape?
Exactly, anything below the Tobin Bridge.
That's right, that's the Cape Cod. Yeah. Right, so you were the town manager there?
I started off as the building commissioner there, actually, and worked my way up. I was the assistant town manager and then the town manager when I left.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so.
How do you get into being a town manager? I mean, is it an educational process that you go through, or?
There's a whole bunch of different ways you can go. I certainly took a non-traditional route. There aren't too many that come from the building ranks to town manager. I mean, more likely it's, usually you get your master's in public administration, and you're probably, a lot of them start off in finance, you know, as finance directors, and then work their way up, or get jobs as assistant town managers, or, you know, operations managers, things like that. I got into public service. I was a self-employed builder for years.
Really?
Yeah, I was self-employed 15 years, and then the job in Hanover opened up. I became the building commissioner for personal reasons. I wanted to be closer to home for my daughter and driving around school and things like that. And I ended up loving it.
Cool.
So right place, right time. I worked my way up in Hanover. I quickly became what they call the Director of Community Services, which they quickly realized was an assistant town manager job. And I became the assistant town manager, was that for many years, and then ultimately became the town manager.
So what do you think of the town here?
I love Ipswich. I absolutely.
It's a pretty cool place.
It's a great place, yeah.
I was raised in Winchester.
Yeah.
And you come to Ipswich, and you have that town meeting. You got a millionaire who gets up from Ardilla Road, and the next speaker is a clam digger. You know, and it's truly a democratic.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's a great town, and everybody's been really nice. I mean, it's just, you know, what I like is everybody, even if they disagree, everyone's still very friendly and civil to each other.
Any major projects that you want to work on? Or?
The biggest thing we're working on right now is the water in the dam. I mean, the dam repair. As soon as I got here, we had the Dowbrook Dam was leaking. You know, we had to drop it by 20%. We're looking at making those repairs now this fall, so when we recoup the water over the winter, we can maintain the levels. So we're pretty far along. The design process is done. We're going to be grabbing some prices from contractors and get started on that work relatively quickly.
Now, let me ask. I want to ask you something. Tell me if I'm off base, because this is one of my wife's peeves.
Yep.
She watches the windmills. We live down the neck. Sometimes one is running and the other isn't. Is there a rationale for that?
I would have to check with the electric department. I know we only had one windmill in my old town, and it would certainly go on and off based on, like, you know, during high winds it would have to shut down. Depending upon how it was facing. Sometimes it shuts down just for a cycle, and then it kicks back on. But as far as to why they pair it, I'd have to ask the electric light department. I hate to give you an answer and just...
No, that's all right. Talk to my wife.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a lot of open land.
You do. Yeah.
That's protected, which is good.
And that's one thing I didn't realize is how big Ipswich was. That, you know, when I went through the interview process, you know, 33 square miles sort of caught my eye. But when you realize how much open space there is, being a coastal town, you don't really see that a lot. So it's,
you know, I drive
it's a nice mix.
I'm one of the drivers for the Council on Aging van.
Yeah.
You want to come with me for an hour or two someday, and you'll see how big this town is. Because sometimes we have a pickup. You know, we go to Market Basket. In the afternoon, and sometimes I'll have to pick up somebody on Great Neck. And we have one guy who lives in the last house on Hood's Pond before you go into Topsfield and Boxwood.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I spend like 45 minutes picking up people.
It's funny, I went out to visit the service dog project out there on Boxford Road, and I just was driving. I'm like, are we still in Ipswich? You know, I realized,
We did a feature on Carly.
Yeah.
Carlene.
Yeah.
And she is something else.
Oh, absolutely. Great setup she has out there.
Yeah.
But we know, obviously we're talking, you know, with her and some other stuff going on out there. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of good work they do out there.
Yeah.
You know, and then Hood Pond's beautiful. That was another spot I didn't realize existed.
You can fish out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And they get the little fishing area. I mean, a little swimming area too.
Did Carlene tell you about the Shatter Pond Society?
No.
Every Sunday afternoon, they have a big board with numbers.
Yeah.
Okay? And you buy a square.
Okay.
And they come in with a chicken.
Yeah, where they drop the chicken
and where
feces
the chicken,
on there.
that's the winner. So
Yeah,
if
exactly.
you hold number 45.
And they do, she did tell me about that.
Oh, that's it,
yeah.
yeah,
She called it something else. She called it chicken something
Well,
bingo.
she gives out like a phony diploma.
She does.
But
she gets a lot of donations through that.
A ton of money. And people know her. She gets gifts. She was offering me some cookies that somebody had sent from Australia.
Oh, yeah.
They watch it on the live cam.
If you go on her live feed, I was watching yesterday because we had a meeting actually with her yesterday and some of the neighbors around her. And I was watching her. There must have been 80 people watching that live feed.
Cool. And then if one of the dogs is giving birth. I mean,
well, this was what was going on though. You know, all the puppies were born and the puppies were in the kennel with the mom. So yeah, it was kind of neat.
And you can visit, if you don't know what we're talking about, it's out by Hood's Pond.
Yeah.
It's what she calls
Service Dog Project.
Service Dog Project.
I think she has an open house one day a week.
Yeah, I think it's on Sunday.
Yeah, Sundays. Yeah, Sunday afternoons you can go down and visit.
It's incredible the work she does, particularly with
Well,
veterans.
it's all Great Danes, right? The veterans, and they do.
And you'll see the Great Danes occasionally over. They go to North Shore shopping center sometimes.
Yes. Yep.
I think I've seen one or two up at Market Basket in Raleigh, and it's to get them used to being out in the public and stuff. But you're pretty good asset.
Yeah, well, without a doubt.
So you're settling in.
Yes, absolutely. We got town meeting coming up, October 16th, 7 p.m.
No, I'm sorry.
It'll be good.
I know.
I think we were at 17 or 18 articles right now.
Do we have anything big coming
Some
up?
zoning stuff, standard zoning proposed changes. The plastic bag bylaw is coming back for just to tweak it a little bit.
That should go pretty easy.
Yeah, and then one of the things I'm working on is the adopting the stretch energy code. It basically takes the energy code for the building department and sort of puts it on steroids, for lack of a better word. So it makes the homes a little tighter. It requires what's called a HERS rater. So someone will come in and work with you through the whole construction process on new homes. So they'll check your insulation, they'll check your duct work, and then make sure the home is tight. So at the end of the job, they do what's called the blower door test. So it's kind of a reverse vacuum test to make sure that your house is tight.
Really?
And that's a requirement now for, if we adopt it, for all new homes moving forward.
Wow.
And over 200 communities have already adopted the stretch code. They've been doing this for years. And
is it federal or state?
State. Yeah, it's in Massachusetts. So we adopt a model code, the ICC codes, and then obviously MASS does what they call front-end amendments.
Cool.
And the stretch code is one of those amendments.
When are we going to get more donuts down at the senior center?
I'm actually overdue for that. I'll be doing that this month.
I think that was the day I met Tony. He comes in with donuts. I said, I like this guy.
I do that. Actually, the cart right behind you, I have this cart that I bring around, and we do a donut day in town hall. I walk around all the department heads and the departments.
All right,
We pass out donuts.
Any parting wisdom to our audience?
No, I just thank you for the great welcome. I look forward to many years of working hard for you, and my door is always open. So if you ever want to come by and have a cup of coffee or thoughts or concerns, I'm always here.
And a donut, maybe a donut.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.